Okay guys, I finally got my new power head, the Jebao, or however you want to say it, the WP-40. I was going to get the WP-25, but decided on this one instead, just so I wouldn't have to upgrade later, since I'm going to be setting up a larger tank here pretty soon. But I'm going to go ahead and unbox it for you. I haven't even opened it yet, so let's see. Okay. Nicely packaged. Here's the controller. My LFS guy told me that this little thing here, let me focus it, that is the little photo sensor, or whatever you want to call it, that you plug in somewhere on the controller on this side, I believe, to enable the WP-40 to enter its night mode, I guess, which is similar to what the MP-40 does, and all the Vortex, how they enter their night mode. This one just uses a photo sensor to do it. Okay, what else do we got here? Here's a little box. I don't know what's in there yet. Here's the pump. Let's see, hard to do this with one hand. Okay. So there's the pump. Looks like this plugs into the controller here, and then there's a separate power supply that would plug in to, I'm not quite sure yet. I'll have to figure that out. It's got to be something in this box here. But the pump feels like it's good build quality. Let's see how it moves here. So it's probably pretty similar to the Tunzi pumps. I've never had one, but it looks pretty much just like it. So there's that. Oh, let's take a look at the magnet. Well, I have to put the phone down for a second because the magnet's pretty strong. Let me see. I will have my lovely assistant help me, actually. Okay. She's so good, by the way, dealing with me and all this fish stuff. So there's the magnet. Looks pretty much just like your standard Coralia magnet, little rubber inserts right there, and it's pretty strong. This comes off, yes. There's that. Thank you. Okay, so let's check out. Okay, well, let's see. Here's some instructions it comes with. In the past, dealing with these Chinese brands here, I've noticed that the English on these instructions isn't so great, but you can get the point, and you really probably don't need instructions if you've been around power heads long enough. Just simply plug it in and mess with it and figure out what you like. Okay, so here's this little box. Okay, that's just the what do they call it? It's the AC adapter, and that's where you're going to plug in your power source to right to here. And that's it for now. I'll make another video once I get the tank, or the pump, set up on my 60-gallon holding tank. Right now it was my frac tank, but I'm using it to hold everything while I move to San Diego. So I'm not sure if it's going to be too strong or not, but we shall see. Okay guys, so I installed the Jebao WP-40 on my 60-gallon tank that I'm using to hold all of my stuff in right now, and let me tell you, it's pretty insane. I plugged it in, and immediately it started splashing water out of the tank onto the left side here, and it was my fault. I had a power strip there on the floor, closer to the tank, and water splashed on it, and I almost caught the house on fire. But fixed that and messed with the settings on the controller, and I got it to where it's at right now. You can see it's got awesome flow. This is probably the lowest setting on there. It is the lowest setting on there because everything else was just way too powerful, ridiculously powerful. One of these I'm sure would be sufficient for like a 150-gallon tank probably. I'm starting to understand why so many people that bought two of these are either returning one or selling the other because they were just so powerful. I'll give you guys a close-up of the flow here so you can get a better idea. It's knocked corals around and shrimp are flying all over the place. I've got to rearrange some stuff because I'm sure like this softy here probably doesn't appreciate that high flow. But these zinnias, you can just tell by looking at these zinnias the random and chaotic flow that the WP-40 is giving this tank. See them again over here. And when I plugged in the WP-40, detritus just came out from all of the cracks, from all over the place. And it seems like it does sort of the same concept as the MP Ecotex or whatever, the Vortex, as far as like the undertow and the nutrient export and all that. So it seems to just create a nice undertow and picks everything up and puts it down into the overflow and into your sump. You can see here's the top of the tank. Look at that. This is just one WP-40 on the lowest setting possible. That's the water movement. I can't even show you guys the other settings honestly because the water it does more than splashes out. It would probably make this tank about half empty if I put it on any other setting. The wave, the size of the wave that this pump makes. So here it is on the side here. My tank is pretty thick. I would say about 3/4 of an inch. The magnet obviously holds it in place, but it did feel a little bit weak, so I'm thinking this is probably the thickest that you could put this pump on, although I'm sure if you found a stronger magnet you could use that and it wouldn't affect the pump like a Vortex or some other pumps might be affected by using a different magnet. Yeah, and I just fiddled around with the direction. Very good design here. You can put the pump in almost any direction you want. So I think I got it going where I need it to go. And show you the controller here. Okay, here's the controller, and I have it on. Hang on, this blue light is not good for video. If you can see the controls there, I'm trying to. There you go. There's that H, which is high. The L is low. W1 is for wave 1, W2, wave 2, W3, wave 3, and this one that I have it on, it says else. I don't know what else means, but it is basically what it does is it seems to create a random flow pattern, which is kind of similar to the reef crest mode on the WP 10 and 40 and 60. So it's pretty cool. I like it. I haven't figured out the feed mode, I press it and nothing happens, so I don't know if it's broken or if I'm not doing something right. I hope it's just me not doing something right. But if I was to press mode, it would cycle through all of these here, and I wish I could show you guys, but it's just going to get water all over the place. Let me tell you, I'm not exaggerating. It's ridiculously powerful, this pump. Nuts. So that's that. Give you another quick little look at the tank and the flow. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, I would probably rather have the WP-25s in this tank. Maybe not even two. One might be sufficient. I'll have to see. I have one on order, hopefully, so we'll try that, and maybe I can make another video to compare against that on this size of a tank. Like I said, this would be awesome for a tank obviously above 100 gallons, but anything other than that, and especially something rimless like this, you just can't use the full potential of the pump. Like I said, it's on its lowest setting right now, and the pump has so much more potential. So I hope you enjoyed my video, guys, and I hope it was informative and helped you make a decision on which pump you're going to use. Thanks. I forgot to show you the little photo sensor, guys, and something else I'll remember in a second, but there's the little photo sensor right here. Focus in on it. It comes not attached to the controller, I guess. If you don't want to use it, then you don't plug it in. I just plugged it into the little slot that was there for it. So basically that, focus here, hang on. Basically what that does is when you turn your lights out or whatever, this gets covered, the sensor light goes on, and the pump slows down. You can see it's the sensor's covered by my finger right now, and you can see the top of the water not really moving too much. So I'm going to take my finger off right now, and the pump will go back on. You can see the difference there. That's in the day mode. Here's the top of the water. Okay, I'm going to put my finger over the sensor again. Okay, the pump is in its night mode now. See, the water calms down quite a bit. Pretty cool feature. To me, easier than the vortex and setting the time or whatever they want you to do on there, like setting it at the time that you want it or something like that. I don't know. Also, I figured out what this knob does here. At my LFS, they really couldn't tell me what the knob does. They thought it doesn't do anything, actually, but I found otherwise. So this knob here, you turn, whatever way you want to turn it, and I don't know if you can hear, there's a little bit of a pump noise. I don't know if my phone can pick it up, but when I put my ear here and I turn this knob, when I turn it clockwise, it's all the way clockwise, there's a little arrow here, and I've turned it all the way clockwise. It seems the interval for this little reef crest mode, I want to call it, gets more broad. And then when I turn it counterclockwise, I'm going to try to put the phone up there so maybe you can hear the motor noise a little bit. It just starts doing its little reef crest thing in shorter intervals. So that's kind of cool. I like it set to right here on my tank, not quite halfway, a little less than halfway, and that seems to get some good flow going in the tank. Also, I read the directions here and about the feed mode, and it says you're simply supposed to just press it, and some blue lights are supposed to come up. This 10 minutes is supposed to stay solid, and it's not working. So that's that. That's the disadvantage of these Chinese things, the build quality, like I said. But I don't really care for that, so it doesn't bother me that much. Just so you guys know, that's one issue that I've come to. And other than that, okay, this is the end, really.